Basic trigonometry. So the most basic trigonometry would only work on right angle triangle. So imagine you have a right angle triangle. Then you probably know from Pythagoras theorem that the side opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse. Right. Now in trigonometry, we also want to focus on one of the angle of the right angle triangle other than the 90 degree. So it could be this one or this one. And it kind of matter which angle you're focusing on. So let's say we focus on this one. So we'll give it a symbol. So this is theta. Right, is a common symbol for angle. Then the side opposite to the angle that you're focusing on is the opposite side. And then the last side, which is kind of like next to the angle, is called adjacent side. So this would be the first step when you do a trigonometry question. In the right angle triangle, you want to identify the side. And then you will use one of the trigonometric function, right? That's sine, cosine. This is called cosine. This is called sine, right? It's not seen, all right? Tangent. So the definition is sine theta is the length of the opposite side divided by the length of the hypotenuse. Cosine is the length of the adjacent side divided by the length of the hypotenuse. And tangent is the length of the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. So eventually you'll have to memorize these in order to be able to do trigonometry. Okay. So the question is usually look like this. They'll give you a right angle triangle, and they would specify one of the angles, as in that's the angle you should focus on. And then they would give you one of the sides, and then they will probably denote one of the other side with an unknown, and you're supposed to find the unknown. So what you do is first recognize what are the sides that are given. So that side is opposite to the right angle, so that's the hypotenuse. And what's the side that they want? The side that they want is opposite to the angle that they're focusing on, so that's the opposite. Then you try to think which of the trigonometric function have opposite and hypotenuse in it. Well, opposite and hypotenuse, that's sine. So it's sine, you always sine the angle, so sine the angle would equal to the opposite side, which is the unknown, over the hypotenuse, which is tan. And then you want to think, how would you solve this linear equation to find x? So you want to basically remove the tan, right? So this is divided by 10, so you would multiply then to the other side. So it's 10 times sine 30. And then what you do is you basically want to press the calculator. So you basically want to type 10 times sine 30. And you should get 5. Let's look at more. So maybe this one. So first we'll identify the side. So we have 30, which is opposite to the right angle, so that's the hypotenuse. And then with A, this side is like next to the angle, but it's not the hypotenuse, so it's the adjacent side. All right, so if you have to copy this down, but you see the one that have adjacent and hypotenuse would be cosine. So we say cosine the angle equal to the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. Then similarly, we multiply 30 to the other side. And we press the calculator. So it's roughly 28.19. So it's quite often that in trigonometry you get some ugly decimal. So that's okay. See another one. So if you want to pause the video and try this by yourself, that would be nice. Otherwise, answer will be coming. 3, 2, 1. So this time there's no hypotenuse involved. We have the side opposite to the angle. Then we also have the side next to the angle. So this is adjacent. And opposite and adjacent, if you think about it, would be tangent. Tangent angle is the opposite side over the adjacent side. Okay. Now this time this question is a bit different. The unknown is actually in the denominator. So when it's like this, there's actually no way to remove the 5. The only way is you multiply the x to the other side first. So it becomes x times tangent 60. And then you divide the tangent 60 back to the right. So x would turn out to be 5 over tangent 60. And so x can be found by typing that into the calculator. 2.887 roughly. So that's how you find a side using trigonometry. Another thing that could happen is that in a right angle triangle, the question tells you 2 of the sides, and you ask to find the angle. So now the angle is the unknown. So you kind of do it in a similar way. You want to identify the side that you have. So this is hypotenuse. This side is opposite to the angle that we are focusing on. That's the opposite side. So and now I hope you can memorize. This would be sine. So similarly, you sign the angle. Sign a symbol for the unknown angle. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay. Then you kind of want to find the angle, right? So in some sense, when you're solving equation, then you want to remove the sine. So, but when something go to the other side, when you're solving equation, you kind of do the opposite of that thing. So the question is, what's the opposite of a sine? Turn out the opposite of a sine is like sine minus 1. Right, is called like the inverse sine, or like the arc sine. Oh yeah, but the name doesn't really matter. You can call it whatever you want. But the key is on the calculator to type that. You would, for most calculator, it should be shift of the sine button. Alright, then you would most likely see sine minus 1. Or in my case, my calculator used arc sine. And then you just type the 2 over 5 inside. And then execute. Then you get the angle. So maybe give this a try. Find this angle. So give this a try, pause the video, and so will be coming 3, 2, 1. So this is the opposite side. This is adjacent. So we have a tangent. Tangent angle is opposite of adjacent. And again, we remove the tangent, so it becomes tangent minus 1, which is shift tangent of 3 over 5. That gives you the angle. So that would be the basic. Obviously, you want to practice. So I provide some practice in my membership level 2. You can check that out if you think that's suitable for you. Otherwise, most textbooks should also give you exercise on these. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in another one.